Yeah, there's a bit of a buzz. Obviously, we're back home, so to speak, and it's always good. Obviously, with what we've gone on over the last couple of years, we haven't really had a home, and then COVID and all that type of stuff. So it's going to be a bit special to be back there. And when I first came to Sheffield in 2019, we played our own games there, which was really good. And yeah, it's coming in. Obviously, we train there still, but it'll be good to finally put the kit on there and walk out to our own fans.
Well, Anthony, a big thank you for joining us. And before we get to Monday night's big game at the OLP, just a bit of a catch-up, really. It's been a tricky past couple of weeks or so, hasn't it? You had to play Leeds twice and Halifax away. So what's the mood in camp like heading into the Widnes match on Monday?
Yeah, the mood's good. We knew it was going to be tough against Leigh, league game and cup. I think in the first game we had a couple of little niggles, so we rested a few players, and then in the second game, we really give it our all there, and was toe to toe for a fair amount in that game, and yeah, it probably took a bit out of us. So we was a bit, I don't know, going into the Halifax game, we was all upbeat, but again, they're playing really well at the moment. I think they've won the last 5 or 6 now, so. But we're not too down. We're all good. We're still getting about our business, and yeah.
So the build up this week, though, it's oddly not about the rugby, is it? It's about this homecoming which is happening on Monday. What's the mood at the club like more generally? I'd imagine that's having an impact on the dressing room as well in a positive way.
Yeah, there's a bit of a buzz. Obviously, we're back home, so to speak, and it's always good. Obviously, with what we've gone on over the last couple of years, we haven't really had a home, and then COVID and all that type of stuff. So it's going to be a bit special to be back there. And when I first came to Sheffield in 2019, we played our own games there, which was really good. And yeah, it's coming in. Obviously, we train there still, but it'll be good to finally put the kit on there and walk out to our own fans.
So just to give a bit of a preview for the home fans, because obviously, like you say, you're there every week training, and you touched upon, when you first signed, what the ground looked like. It was basically a pitch, wasn't it? With some temporary stands around it and some facilities for supporters. But what does it look like now? I'm imagining it's a million miles away from that.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, when you rock up now, there's obviously a big stand along the side, and there's, at the moment, I don't know what it's going to be, but there's windows and doors and all sorts. So it's looking good. And obviously, the change rooms are in there and stuff. So you walk straight on to the field. It's it's going to be good. It's all the seats and stuff are in. Obviously, I know we've been a bit delayed. The build was a bit delayed and stuff. So I think some of the fans have got an idea of what it's going to look like. We did a couple of open training sessions, and we had a few fans down to that. So, but yeah, I'm sure it'll go down well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should say you're going to be captain, aren't you? I'd imagine, for this historic occasion. So, what does that mean for you as someone who's been at the club now for a few years?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I love the club to bits. I love the people. I love what we're about at Sheffield, and that was one of the reasons why I stayed and I've played on. And yeah, it's always special to lead a group, no matter where you're playing, but to take us back into our home and lead the team out, it's going to be quite special. Yeah.
And what do you think this means for Sheffield as a club? Because like I said, you've played at the club when it was in Sheffield. You've played at the club when it's been nomadic. Now back with this permanent facility now. What do you feel it's going to mean for the club going forward?
It's just our foundations. It's where we was made, and we speak about obviously the city of steel, and we're made from steel, and we've got some steel about us, and it's every club needs its own identity, and we had the change of the logo and stuff that which went down really well, and that's great now. And you need your home field. You need your own ground, and where people associate you as a club, and we haven't had that. So it's going to be going to be good, and hopefully, moving forward, it's we can just build on it. Looking forward to the future, obviously, recruiting wise, and we've actually got a home now, so it's going to help in all areas, really.
But that's off the pitch and kind of on the pitch as well. We've not really mentioned the fact you're playing Widnes yet and how important this game is, because I've looked at the league table. You're not a million miles off from that playoff line, just a couple of wins essentially. But so Widnes. So this game's pretty important on Monday.
Yeah, they're all important, and if you don't turn up, and it's all cliche, if you don't turn up, you get beat. But you really do. You can't not turn up and put your best foot forward, because you get pumped. So it's an important game. They got a good win last weekend off a couple of they had a few defeats on the bounce, and we're coming off a few defeats as well. So it's important that one, we get the performance right, and then if we get that right, then the result will take care of itself. But first and foremost, we need to get back to what we're about and how we like to play. And if we do that, then I'm sure we can come on with a good result.
And live on Premier Sports as well. And these Monday night games are fantastic occasions, really. And add to that, like we touched upon, the OLP occasion and stuff like that. I mean, it's just going to be a great night, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a good night. Not too keen on the Mondays, if I'm honest, but it is. It's showcasing this division again, which is great, and it's getting some coverage in what it deserves now. There's a lot of good teams at our division. There's a lot of good games, and there's a heck of a lot of good players that can probably, put themselves in the shop window. So, it's great. And obviously, they're capturing our first game back at home, which is going to be special.